So, if you're consuming fear, if you're consuming insecurity, you're consuming self doubt, you're consuming anger, you're consuming low vibrational energies, you'll attract people who will make you feel that even more.
How do you consume all these negative things in the first place?
It just becomes a part of you, right? We get attached to these emotions. It's human to feel emotions. But we, as humans, love to victimize ourselves so much and dwell in that emotion.
Okay, gotcha. Constantly thinking about it, listening to songs that remind you of that emotion,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
going back to memories consciously.
Going back to memories and also self victimization, which is so common.
Hmm.
You don't know what I'm going through, self explanations to people, projecting the other person as a villain, projecting yourself as a victim, which we all at some point, everybody does in some space or the other.
I think
You
it
know,
begins by not voicing it out and not consuming it through content. That process of cleansing your mind and your spirit.
the process of cleansing also comes from accepting that it's happened to you and also accepting that at some level, either conscious, subconscious, you have chosen that. And somewhere you've not exercised your choice of free will. When you're in a bad relationship, when you're in a bad job, this is a bad, toxic environment. But why don't we exercise our choice to get out of that situation till the time we are completely pushed out? Why? Because we don't want to take responsibility. Because if we take responsibility, we won't be the victim.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, not taking a choice is also a choice.
Why do I feel like bringing metaphysics into this?
Let's go for it.
Is there some linkage?
To the law of manifestation and metaphysical? Or,
Yes. Let's talk about what you studied when you were doing that degree in metaphysics.
sure.
What is metaphysics?
So, metaphysics is basically a bridge between human and the energy world, explained in the scientific way. That's why meta means beyond, it's larger than life, and physics is the scientific reason behind it. The role of atoms and molecules, and plus and minus, minus plus. Science, plus and plus is plus, plus and minus is minus. Do you agree? It's
Hmm.
pure science, it's pure math. Now, today, if you're working on the law of manifestation, you say that I'm manifesting a Bentley, okay? But your energy is of self doubt. Your energy is impulsive financial decisions. Your energy is throwing money to please people. Your energy is getting attached to people's problems and throwing away money to help them or whatever. Will you be able to manifest your goal by saving up that much money and buying yourself a Bentley? Versus you want to manifest the Bentley, that's plus. But all the money that you make, you invest it wisely. You put it in the right places. Money grows money. You're going in the right direction. By the end of it, you will have enough money to manifest your Bentley. Now, the same thing applies to the energetic world. Any kind of manifestation, let's understand what manifestation is. Manifestation, before it comes in the physical world, it will always manifest in the energetic world. Okay. How you manifest, how when you create podcasts, of course, you're more candid, but then there's a framework. It's in your head and then it manifests in the physical conversation. When we make buildings, when we do anything, it's always on paper or a blueprint or in your head. And then the physical actualization happens. So, whenever you want to manifest anything materialistically, spiritually, or relationship wise, or romantically, it will first come in the energy world. But how you convert that into the physical world depends on your efforts and your frequency.
So, if you have a thought, if you have a vision for your life, that's already been created up there.
Yeah,
That's a reality in that world.
yeah.
If you want to take that reality and paste it onto your real human reality, what's the process?
It's a long process.
Okay, let's begin by a simple question. What can go wrong? Like, everyone wants to be rich. So, in some metaphysical reality, everyone's already rich. But not all of those metaphysical realities become human realities.
True, but also I would also like to add here is karma plays a very important role. And I'll explain to you how. If in your karma is to own a car, you will get the car. Okay. When you start doing the law of manifestation, you will get it sooner than later. So you're just acting or speeding up the process in time dimension. But your choices of free will or what vibration you are vibrating at makes a lot of difference. So I'll give you an example. Again, taking you want to buy a Bentley? Now the universe will throw you opportunities for new jobs. But if you're rigid, if you're scared, if you're insecure, you're too comfortable with a 1 lakh job and you don't want to take a risk, you will be able to buy a car, but instead of a Bentley, you will be able to buy a cheaper car. If you take the risk, if you have self faith, you work hard, you save, you invest wisely, then you'll be able to buy a Bentley. So, law of manifestation will only get you what is a part of your karmic chart, but at a higher or a lower frequency. If in someone's chart they are not destined to have a car, even if the car comes to them, they will not be able to sustain it. If that was the case, Ranveer, then no one would work. Everyone would be sitting in temples and churches manifesting. Think about it, right? If the power of manifestation was, oh, I want to marry Bill Gates, I want to marry Shah Rukh Khan, I want to marry Tom Cruise, then you can only imagine, right?